Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Meha Bhardwaj Alter. This is Game On. This is where you get the latest from the world of sports and to ward off your Monday blues. We are here to get you all the latest. Let's begin with the IPL. It's the beginning of the week, but the one question everybody is asking after the matches over the weekend is, where should MS Dhoni be batting? Is he playing just because he's such a big brand? Has Dhoni lost his ability to finish games? What should be MS Dhoni's role in Chennai Super Kings? These are questions that are being asked about MS Dhoni as CSK lost 2 consecutive games with their lower order unable to finish the job for them. Now, in their game against Royal Challengers Bengaluru, MS Dhoni was sent at number 9, while Jadeja and Ashwin were sent before him. That left people wondering if that was the right choice. Should Dhoni get more overs? In the game last night, MS Dhoni was sent in at number 7 with 54 needed of 25 deliveries, and he was once again unable to take his team across the line. Now, everybody is wondering what should be the way forward, because MS Dhoni, the brand that he is, the fact that even as Ruturaj Gaikwad, who was a top scorer for CSK last night, gets out, crowds are cheering for MS Dhoni to come in and bat. That's how crazy fans are for MS Dhoni. So it puts Chennai Super Kings in a bit of a tricky situation. Their coach, Stephen Fleming, he was asked about this last night, and he has revealed that MS Dhoni can't bat 10 overs running full stick as his knee remains dodgy, and the former captain decides on his batting position based on the match situation. At the post-match press conference, Fleming said, and I quote, "It's a time thing. MS judges it. His body, his knees aren't what they used to be. He's moving okay, but there's still a nutrition aspect to it. He can't bat 10 overs running full stick. So he will gauge on the day what he can give us. If the game's in the balance like today, he will go a little bit earlier, and he backs other players when other opportunities are up." Now, Fleming also explained why MS Dhoni was not batting at a fixed position. He said Dhoni is doing a balancing act. He's actually never done that. So look, from around 13 to 14 overs, he's looking to go depending on who is in. I said it last year that he is too valuable for us with his leadership and his wicket keeping. To throw him in at 9 to 10 overs is important. Now, the 43-year-old wants a guaranteed finisher for Team India and for Chennai Super Kings. Last evening failed to guide his team to victory as Rajasthan Royals won by 6 runs in Guwahati. Dhoni was dismissed off the first ball of the last over when CSK needed 20 runs to win the match. He's faced this criticism for batting at number 9 during CSK's 50-run loss to Royal Challengers Bengaluru at Chepauk last week. On Sunday, the CSK talisman walked out at number 7 but was unable to complete the job. So this is a tricky one for CSK, and especially after those 2 losses in the game, they'll be wondering what to do. MS Dhoni, along with Ravindra Jadeja, haven't been great when it comes to strike rate against spinners, especially. Both of them together, if they are looking to finish, it's going to be very difficult if there is a spinner bowling at the other end. So lots to think about for Chennai Super Kings. For Rajasthan Royals, though, it's good news for them. They've got a win. They were off to a shaky start once again in Guwahati, this time against Chennai Super Kings, with Yashasvi Jaiswal getting dismissed in the first over. However, Nitish Rana's knock of 81 of just 36 deliveries, in which he smashed 10 fours and 5 sixes, it proved to be the difference between the 2 sides in the evening game of the Sunday double-header. After struggling in the first 2 matches of the season, Rana paid off Rahul Dravid's trust after being promoted to number 3 for the first time. Rana took apart the CSK bowling unit, hitting 81 before falling in the 12th over of the game. Now, Rana had been promoted to make the most of the power play and also to negate R. Ashwin. Rana enjoys batting against off-spinners. And before this, he averaged 33.9 and had a strike rate of 154.3 against off-spin in IPL. He hammered Ashwin for successive sixes and a four in Ashwin's first over, which is in the power plays. Then in the 12th over, also just before he got out, he managed to strike Ashwin for a six and a four. He'd done the job that was required of him by the RR management. The ex-KKR captain, he brought up his third IPL half-century in just 22 balls and not only helped RR recover from the early jolt, it had them eyeing a score in the range of 200 and 220, although their final score turned out to be 182, which proved to be too much for Chennai Super Kings. Now, Rana was hurt when KKR, the team that he had captained in 2023, didn't bid for him or even use the right to vote card. His wife and him, they had unfollowed KKR on social media, with his wife saying loyalty is expensive, not everyone can afford it. So this is a big comeback, and this was a chance for him to prove that that if someone believes in him, he can pay back their trust and their faith in him. Rajasthan Royals, though, their stand-in captain Riyan Parag, he was fined 12 lakh rupees for maintaining a slow over 8 during their win against Chennai Super Kings. Riyan, who has captained the side in the last 3 games as Sanju Samson, continues his recovery, got his first win in front of his home crowd in Guwahati. The RR stand-in skipper pulled off a fine job in the second innings as Royals were able to secure a win on Sunday by restricting CSK to just 176 for 6. However, the over 8 was slow and Riyan was given a fine. The statement from the IPL said Mr. Riyan Parag, captain Rajasthan Royals, has been fined after his team maintained a slow over 8 during match 11 of the Indian Premier League 2025 against CSK, as this was his team's first offence of the season under Article 2.22 of the IPL's Code of Conduct, which pertains to minimum over 8 offences. Riyan Parag was fined 12 lakh rupees. Now, Riyan becomes the second captain to be fined this season for slow over 8 after Mumbai Indians' Hardik Pandya. The IPL did restrict the slow over 8 offences to just fines this season, so no bans for the captain. So Rajasthan Royals may have got a win, but they also had Riyan Parag losing 12 lakh rupees. But this will be a big win for them. Guwahati was the place which is their home ground this season, and they started with losing a game in Guwahati, with many even wondering why they had chosen Guwahati when the conditions didn't favour their team and their batters. But this was big. Nitish Rana, the kind of start that he got. And then after that, just the way Vanindu Hasaranga bowled for them, Rajasthan Royals will be happy with this. Rahul Dravid will be happy with this performance, especially having beaten Chennai Super Kings. Okay, now we move on to a very special initiative by TV9. We here at TV9, we love the beautiful game, and this is a little step that we've taken to improve the game, to make sure that the game grows in our country. So they say you should always aim high, because when you reach for the stars, you may touch the clouds. Today we tell you the stories of those who dreamed bigger and now their dreams have taken flight. A big moment for Indian football. TV9 Network's groundbreaking initiative, Indian Tigers and Tigresses, has now become a reality. A hand-picked contingent of India's most promising young footballers, 12 feisty girls, 16 charged boys, along with 3 coaches, are now training in Austria for a career transformational experience. The Prime Minister himself, he blessed this initiative, calling it one of a kind at the TV9 What India Thinks Today summit. He wished the Indian Tigers and Tigresses all the best for their journey, while hailing the very uniqueness of this initiative, which will help shape the future of Indian football. From emotional farewells at the airport for these young champions to training under elite European coaches, this is the journey of passion, perseverance, and potential. The spirited youngsters, they took a flight from Delhi, but those visuals, how wonderful are those visuals, with Prime Minister Modi with our MD CEO Barun Das at that event and what India thinks today. And these youngsters, then they took a flight from Delhi with a brief layover at Istanbul, and they were in Austria. These young girls and boys, they've come from different parts of the country. Out of the 10,000 young footballers who'd been shortlisted, it was this contingent that conquered the challenges, proving that there's no dearth of talent in Indian football. These champions have been scouted and handpicked from all parts of India. The idea was to catch them young and then train them with some of the best facilities and resources to ensure that one day they represent India in the World Football Championships. At the TV9 What India Thinks Today Summit, our MD and CEO of the TV9 network, Barun Das, he interacted with these resilient youngsters, sharing his hopes and dreams for these young stars. Now, we at News9, we bring you the inside story of this extraordinary mission where dreams meet destiny. Join us as we follow the journey of these budding stars in Austria, carrying not just their dreams but the hopes of their parents who want to see their kids excel in this beautiful game. And hopefully one day we'll see them raising the India flag on the international stage. Indian Tigers and Tigresses are not just players, they can be the future of Indian football. The first step has been taken. They've already gone to a professional setup where they will be trained by international coaches. TV9 has taken this step with them in the hope that they come back richer, wealthier with their experience in Austria and Germany. Stay tuned for all the updates from Austria as these young champions explore and learn from the best in European football. Now, my colleague Kabir Naqvi, he is in Munden, Austria with our Tigers and Tigresses. They've had what I believe to be an eye-opening experience on the first day. Let's see what our young champions were up to in training.
Well, guten Morgen from Gmunden in Austria, ladies and gentlemen. The Indian Tigers and Tigresses of the TV9 network and News9 have finally made their way to Austria, and the first round of training is underway. We've got the men's group over there. We've got the girls group playing over here. The boys over there, the girls over there, and the goalkeepers right at the end over there. Let me take you through it one by one. First up, we've got the European standards, the European coaching that we all spoke about. This is the dream come true for all of them nonetheless. It's technical training that's happening here. You've got corroborated and curated drills, skills and passing techniques that are going to be looked at least on the first day. The girls are playing over here. It seems like this is some passing drill that's happening over here, and this is not your quintessential come to the park and start playing. There is an idea behind it. There's a scientific objective behind it, which is what they're going to do. We've got Coach Peter over here with the girls and the kids getting lined up for their session. Let's take a look at what's happening with the boys over there. The boys are having their own drill. We've got Coach Chris with the boys. And let me also tell you, whilst we're at it, that this ground over here is Gmunden's and municipal ground. You've got the Gmunden team that also plays on this ground. So you've got some really top level football that's also happening here, and a dream come true for all of these kids that they're playing over here. This is the boys, I think, going for a little bit of a drink over here, and that's when, it's going to shift and change. We've got Coach Chris over here. Coach Chris, the boys doing good? Yeah, the boss doing good. Yeah, so we've got some sort of an affirmation from the coach over there. Let the boys go in for a little bit of a drink. Let's see what the goalkeepers are doing over there, because we also have the goalkeeping drills. There are 4 goalkeepers, 2 girls, 2 boys that we've also selected. 50,000 registrations, 10,000 selected, shortlisted, and now only 28 have made their way to Gmunden in Austria, which is also going to be a launching pad for the entire Asia, not just India as well. This is just a speck in the actual project that we're trying to bring, which is to actualize India's footballing dream. Let's take a look what's happening over there. This is the special goalkeeper coach that's also been given. Let's check out what the girls and the boys are doing over here. So we've got Shri, we've got Gurleen, we've got Yashasuri, and Devansh Kanthe also here. So that's exactly what it's like. This is what these girls and boys are going to do here for the next 1 week, ladies and gentlemen. And what's more is that at the end of all of this, 4 kids are going to be selected to go to Bundesliga legends Stuttgart to train with them as well.
All right. In fact, my colleague Kabir Naqvi joins us from Gmunden in Austria. Well, guten Morgen. I don't know, actually. Is it good afternoon there, Kabir? But what a wonderful experience. And thank you for bringing this out. I wanted to ask you about what kind of training and exposure these kids are going to receive in Austria, but you explained that in the walkabout so well. I want to ask you personally, how has it been to just see these young kids out there? I mean, from the places that they come from, and to be there among these, top European coaches, to get this completely different kind of training, what's that been like?
Guten Abend, Meha. It's about evening time here at this point in time. But let me also tell you why we're inside right now is because there's a massive hailstorm that's on, which is why we've had to send the kids back inside. Now they're getting a little bit of a idea of what the boardroom looks like, what the the drawing board looks like inside the rooms. Let me also tell you at this point in time that I have a very exciting guest who's joining us on this little broadcast, Meha. Let me introduce to you the COO of Riespo, the global talent managing company. We've got Mr. Gerhard Riedel, who's also with us, one of the main men behind this entire project. A very warm welcome to you. We're joining Game On with Meha in the studio right now. Gerhard, talking about sports, we must talk about this project as well. And 9 months earlier, you had thought of this with the TV9 network. It's being actualized today. The kids are playing here. How are you feeling? You're already smiling. I've been saying that since morning.
Why I'm smiling? I tell you honestly, I'm very, very happy with your children's, okay? I have never seen so lovely kids here in town. Believe me, we have a lot of clubs here who are playing tournaments, especially in grassroots ages, but your kids are very special.
All right. We can see that the rain has stopped a little bit. How about we take a stroll to the kids? Sure. Meha, would you want? I'll quickly show you the stadium as well, where we're training, where the kids are training at this point in time. That's Coach Chris. We've got Coach Peter as well. The boys and girls back on the field. The hailstorm has stopped. I think any minute now the training is going to begin. You asked me what I feel like. Well, I used to take those taxis to the end of Mehrauli to play just a couple of minutes of football. This is a great opportunity, needless to say, and everybody's proud, not just the TV9 network.
No, absolutely. In fact, Gerhard was there in the studio. Hi, Gerhard. He was in the studio 9 months ago, like you said, and we had this conversation about what can we do as a media network to help get India to fall in love with the beautiful game again. And this small step has been taken, and it's fantastic to see these kids, especially because of where all they come from, the places from where they've been scouted. But Gerhard said that he's really happy with these children. I want you to ask him, what does he think, with his conversation with these kids? What has been the one thing that he feels that stands out about these champions?
Absolutely. Well, Gerhard, Meha says hi. She was there with you in the studio 9 months back. She's asked you a particular question. She's asking you, what is it that you saw in these, players right now that you thought stood out with this entire contingent?
I must tell you, we are very surprised of the kids. We have made the morning training, okay? We was a little bit excited, what will expect us, okay? And I've talked to the coaches after the first training, and really you have a lot of talented young players with you. We are very, very happy.
Well, you heard the main man, Meha. They're all very, very happy, is what they said. We've got the largest football talent hunt, the biggest in India. Our sponsors, of course, kudos to them. The India Football Center. You've got Bundesliga. You've got VfB Stuttgart as well. That's the youth development partner. It's all going great, and this is just day one. And let me tell you, excitement is palpable. The kids, after that long journey, are so excited to just have a kickabout on this ground.
Which is the other thing that I wanted to ask you about the kids themselves, Kabir. How are they adjusting to this professional training environment? I know this is day one, but they've got, completely different setup that they are part of right now. How are they adjusting to it? What has been their reaction? Anything that stood out for you, when they came onto the ground just to train here?
Yeah, see, like you can see, Meha, they're adjusting really well. Two teams, the warm-up has begun. And I think what I'll tell you what is that there's a lot of learning that's happening off the pitch as well. A lot of learning curve on the pitch, but off the pitch, I'll tell you what, Meha, there's camaraderie that's building. There are memories that these players are making from the length and breadth of the country. You've got, 4 girls from Punjab that are now mingling with the boys from South India. You've got the 2 tall boys that have now made friends. The 2 really short-heighted boys have made friends amongst themselves, and they're all helping each other out. I saw this real cool moment when, a couple of girls, they were having some trouble lift their big luggage up, and then one of the boys goes and they help them out. They're all looking for each other. Every time there's a count that's happening, they're all constantly looking towards each other. That's the entire thing. And this little boy Kevin over here, he said, can we quickly go back to play? When we were in the middle of lunch, they said, can we quickly go back to play? That's how much they want to play. I also have Coach Chris with me. I'll get in a quick word. Coach Chris, what's the standard been like? What's something that has stood out?
Sorry, I don't know.
What has the standard been like? Are you happy with the standard of the players?
Yes, very happy. Yes, it's very good, these boys and girls, yes.
What are they going to do now, next?
The next, what was the next one?
What are they going to do now? Is it going to be passing? Is it going to be shooting? What are they going to do next? Today, right now? Passing drills, shooting drills, what are they going to do?
No, passing drills, yes.
Passing drills. They're focusing on passing today, Meha, essentially. That's what it's all about right now. And they're all excited. They're all doing. And like I said before, it's only the first day today, Meha. Back to you in the studio.
I also wanted to ask you, Kabir, you guys took the flight together. These kids said goodbye to their parents back here in Delhi. I wanted to ask you, your chance to speak to these kids. What was that like? What are their aspirations? What are they looking to achieve from this? Any conversations that you've had with these children over the weekend as you guys were traveling together about their aspirations? Is that what they want to do? They want to possibly represent India on the international stage?
There are a couple of kids here, Meha, who have played for, academies, well-established academies like Bengaluru FC. There are several here that have been selected by Mumbai City FC also. But you're right, all of them do want to don upon that blue jersey. They all want to play for Team India. That's what I understood and I learned. There are girls here who've never even stepped a foot outside their own villages, let alone come to Delhi for their passports and visas. And now today they're standing in Austria in this picturesque valley. I mean, look around us. The Tronsey Lake, you've got the Grunberg mountain. In amidst all of this, you have this amazing training session that's taking place. It's pretty much like what the River Salt Stadium has in Salt Lake in the United States. Not just the their cardiovascular, but their skills, their technical abilities, and this is European best. This is the standard that they're going to be getting coached under for at least 1 week. And like we've been mentioning, 4 standout players get a chance to go to the Bundesliga legends, VfB Stuttgart, and train under their, guidance and eyes as well. Right now, a special kind of a drill that's happening, something out of the ordinary. It's not what they usually look at and see in India back at home. And another interesting thing right now, Meha, let me also just tell you, the morning session was conducted by, the Gumundan coaches, and this evening session is being conducted by our own Indian coaches, however, supervised by the Gumundan coaches. They're also trying to understand where is that discrepancy that lies, what is it that they can learn, what is it that they can tell our coaches, because like I've been mentioning, Gumundan needs to be that launch pad, not just for Indians, but for the entire Asia to make it to the top 5 leagues. Everybody wants to play for EPL, for Bundesliga, for La Liga, and Gumundan wants to be that prime spot where talent can be accessed, and given the right resource and training facilities, it can actually, jump board into something that's actually a successful career in football.
Do I spot you wearing studs, Kabir? Are you also training with these kids?
Not right now. I really do want to, Megha. I really do want to. I thought I'll first, complete my journalistic duties, and maybe then I can sort of have a kick about. I don't know. I'm focusing on my work first, but rest assured, I am going to be having a couple of kicks on the net.
All right. I hope you took your studs along. Thank you so much, Kabir. Enjoy this moment for yourself as well. You have played football in school, and this is a beautiful moment for you as well, to be with these kids, just to see what it's like, at an academy in Austria. Thank you so much, and we'll be, of course, taking all the updates from you. Have a good day. What a brilliant initiative. And as you can see, those kids clearly enjoying their moment, exploring, what these coaches have to deliver, what they have to train them for. TV9 initiative, this is what we're trying to do here. Football. We're making you all fall in love with football again. This is a tiny step, but hopefully, a step that'll take Indian football in the right direction. With that, it's a wrap here on Game On. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.